very, very wet Sunday afternoon here in August, mind you, in West Cork. And after a couple of weeks, it must be 2 weeks at this point, we're finally getting delivery of the Cosworth, and it made it. So, as you can see on the back of it, and you'll have probably seen me talking about this on one of the other videos, it's got a 1.6 badge on the boot, which threw me off first when we were looking at the adverts online. But I ran the chassis numbers on it, and it is a Cosworth, but obviously it was put on it just to be a wolf in sheep's clothing, which you wouldn't probably do on a standard Sierra Cosworth, so I'm hoping to open the ECU and find a surprise in there maybe, I don't know. As you guys would know, it's a non-runner and the steering wheel's on technically the wrong side, but we're going to get it off the trailer now. We're going to put a 24 socket and a ratchet on the bottom pulley, and hopefully it's not seized. Fingers crossed. Here we are. It's been pissing rain, but I have to know if this thing is seized or not, right? I don't know if it is or not. Just to give you guys a brief rundown of what's going on under here, there's lots and lots of indications to say this thing either, it looks to me like the head's been off it, and I don't know, was the head just thrown back onto it? I don't know what work was done to it, but what I do want to know is it seized? So I've got a 24 socket and a ratchet on the bottom pulley. I'm just going to slightly move it to see, can I slightly move it? And if I can, great. And if I can't, I'm not great. We'll have to have a look at it. But then I'm going to take out the plugs, and I'm going to put a drop of diesel down each cylinder. So we'll let that sit overnight, and then tomorrow then we'll do a compression test and see where we're at with it and do a bit more investigation work. So have a look in here. Let's see. Will this be lock solid or will it move? It's turning absolutely freely. Okay, that's enough for the pistons. I'm going to take out the plugs now. Plugs are out, which is fine, but it doesn't look like we'll be putting any drop of diesel down, and it doesn't look like we'll be doing a compression test in the morning because there is no head bolts in the head. So it would seem to me that the head was just planked back on it, and it was, put up for sale that way, because the head is loose, ready to lift off. That may be alarming to some of you, but I'm absolutely fucking delighted the head bolts are out, and I'm absolutely delighted it's all ripped, because this engine was coming out anyway. So with all that done now, we can I'm going to take the head off, have an inspection of the head and see what it's like, and then get the head sent away. And I'm going to get it obviously pressure tested, see if it needs skimming. Hopefully it doesn't. And we want to have a look obviously at the valve guides. And obviously we don't know, like, has this guy done work to the head or not? Was he on the way off? Was he on the way back? So we still don't know really until the head comes off. But valve guide, valve stem oil seals, clean up the head, pressure test it, skim it maybe. So yeah, what else have we got? There was one thing that I did promise that I would do when this car landed, is to get rid of this absolute scrap on the headlights, because they are absolutely terrible. Now, I very much doubt there's anybody with a Sapphire watching this that wants these, but there may be somebody out there that wants them. If you would like these, please comment below, and I will be more than happy to send them your way. But as I say, I sincerely doubt anybody wants them. Bearing in mind this car has been off the road since 2002 and installment 1 of Fast and Furious was out at the time. So if this is all of the silly modifications that were done to it, then we're not doing so bad. Let's get another screwdriver for that, back in a second. Right, 1.6 CLX, no thanks. Do you know what? A 1.6 Sierra Sapphire in this country is probably the same price as this thing in Europe. But anyway, It's a fucking Sierra Cosworth. So we need to get rid of this. I would imagine, by looking at the car, it's two-sided tape on this that's 23 years old at this point, 21 years old maybe. Now I did put some insulation tape on my screwdriver just so I just don't mark the paint. There's a nice bit of a gap there anyway, so we can get in under that just to get it to move. And hopefully, because this car seems to be original paint, I'm actually going to get something slightly narrower and just protect it again. But we'll get that off with a heat gun, no problem, and that'll polish out. That'll in here will tell us what is going on. Now, most manufacturers or whoever, it's, you know, if you buy a chip off whoever, they'll obviously have their company name on it, and there'll probably be some sort of a reference to it, so you know you can ring them up and say, you know, what's going on here, type of thing, right? But in this case, I've had this open already. Had a sneak look. This is the chip. Now that doesn't look factory to me. Two-wheel drive, begins with a C. It could say COS or CAR, but it's definitely, in my opinion, and again, guys, any of you that know more about this than me, feel free to correct me, but there's no way that's a standard chip in my opinion. So we're going to be putting in a different chip into it anyway, but it does suggest to me that this car was running more than 204 brake horsepower. So I'm going to get the screws back on that, put the car back together, and crack on with more jobs, lots of jobs. Walk around time. As you can see, we've taken off those beautiful eyebrows, and it looks like a Sierra Cosworth again. I'm actually going to take the number plates around off as well in a minute and get rid of those bolts. But yeah, I guess I just want to walk you around and show you a few things about it. Firstly, the main thing to talk about really is the shell and how good it is. There really isn't any rust anywhere on it. It's a really, really, really original car. I don't know if you can see this. Now, we're actually changing the bonnet. We're putting a four-wheel drive bonnet on it. But a two-wheel drive Sierra Cosworth bonnet, if you can see, there's a little flick up here on the back of the bonnet. That's only in two-wheel drive Sapphires. It's not in a standard Sierra bonnet. So that would suggest to me that it's never got a bonnet, which is good. There literally isn't any rust. So if you come along here now, and for some reason there's carpet missing on this side, again, it doesn't really matter because we're going to what have we got here? A phone charger from a Nokia phone charger. Fucking hell. We're going putting a black carpet in. We're going putting a black dash once it's converted to right-hand drive, black leather interior, black door cards, and the center armrest. Gear lever and steering wheel, absolutely mint. 260 kilometers per hour is what the clock is clocked for. The normal Sierra Cosworth in the UK ones are, when they're in miles an hour, 170. So the European ones are 260. It's showing 1,260 something kilometers on the clock, meaning it's gone around again, because, you know, Fords go around again, which is nice. But I would say that this car, it went around at 100,000 kilometers. So 100,000 plus the 1,200 that's there would suggest that there's just a fraction over 60,000 miles on this car. Now, is that true, or is there more on it? And I would say, I reckon that's its original mileage. Why? Because it's been parked up since 2002. So many things point to, like the wear on the wheel, the wear on the gear lever. Normally, in most of these gear levers, the leather's gone off it. It's not even worn. Door cards. No, this is obviously the passenger side, but even the bolster on the driver's seat is absolutely perfect. But even the closing of the door there it's solid. It's definitely not something that you would think is 30 odd years old. Okay, so if you have a look in around the back here, under the seat. We have the seat lifted up here. Just want to show you like how good the shell is. It's absolutely mint, and not an ounce of rust anywhere to be seen. And this really is, I know it's painful that, you know, they are left-hand drive, and if you only want a right-hand drive one, then, you know, there's a bit of an ordeal of changing over the wheel, but I definitely think it's worth it for the shell. Around the back here, again, looks like, I won't know until it's dry really, but the paint looks pretty original. But let's have a look in the boot here and see. I just had that bulb holder out a while ago. So what have we got in here? It's like super clean shell, all spotless, and in behind those covers there, everything you'd want to see, age appropriate dirt even, you know, nothing. The last thing you would want to see there is that clean, you know. And if that was clean, you'd know that obviously, you know, no one will ever clean inside there. So absolutely perfect. Just even looking at the boot door here, just see this little small bits of discoloration here. I mean, bearing in mind this car has been parked up with 21 years in a garage, and it's done very well to hold up that length of time. Okay, so around this side, oh, actually that exhaust is going for the scrap heap. That's literally just a rear box. It's actually, believe it or not, got its standard exhaust system on it, and that box is just attached to the standard exhaust system, and there won't be too many two-wheel drive Sapphire Cosworths left in the world that have a standard exhaust on it, that's for sure. If anyone is looking for a standard exhaust and you can't get one, I don't know what the availability of those things are like. I will be taking this one off it because we are putting on a different exhaust system. So from the back box forward will be available. Again, super here, like absolutely, you know, no rust at all there, shell lovely, and this, like all this kind of dirt, this is exactly what you want to see. I'm really happy that they didn't clean it, you know. Same in around the door. I mean, look, that's its driver's door card. Look at even the driver's seat, the bolster on the driver's seat even, absolutely spot on. So that is a fair indication to me that this car definitely has only 60,000 miles. What else have we got? On the outside we have Dunlop D40 tyres, which Cosworth came with, I believe, back in the day. So they are, yeah, Dunlop. Oh, these ones are winter ones actually. So they're Dunlop. Are they D40s? SP winter tyres. Anyway, whatever. They'll be coming off it anyway. Those wheels are coming off. But still at the same time, that's all good. What else have we got? Heated front screen, original screen in it. But just like even looking down the side of it, it's just a ferociously honest and straight car. And I'm really happy with this one. It's a great base to start with. Yes, you know, there's the engine work, and then there's going to be the conversion. But what a base to start with. It's just an immaculate, well, I won't say immaculate, but it's one of the best Sierra shells I've seen anyway, in a long time, for something that has been laid up for 21 years. So that's it, guys. We'll leave it there for today, and I will have a video a week going out on this and how we're getting on and what we're doing and so on and so forth. And look, I'm really looking forward for everyone to get involved with the build on this, and to show some support. So in the description, the GoFundMe link is there if anyone wants to show some support on that. Absolutely fine. If not, if you'd like the video, that will massively help grow the channel. Subscribe if you're not already, and please feel free to share it across any of your social media channels as well. If anybody's watching this and they'd like to get involved in any way in sponsoring an episode, we have that opportunity available as well. And if anybody's obviously got any parts at all they'd like to get in contact with us about the for the build, feel free to reach out. I'll leave my contact details in the description as well. So that's it for this week, guys. Until next week, we'll chat to you soon, and thanks for watching.